This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
Welcome back. Now let's see what Kyle and Duane are up to on this edition of Plain Talk.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer with Plain Talk with the man who was more comfortable with horsepower when it actually was horses, Duane Toews.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
You like your horsepower
Everybody
in a
that
bottle?
says, boy, I wish I lived back in the 1800s, it's like you got a very delusional thought process of
boy.
what the 1800s
Me
were
too.
really like.
Now, there's plenty of opportunities to live it on the rough for a week or so if you want to really do that. And
most
take your
can't.
insulated thermos along and and
Well, they didn't have that.
and pack, and that's what I mean.
It's
and
like
package food and camp out. Yeah.
No
And
high-dollar
your hand
cooler to
warmers
keep
and-
food cold.
Well, how about the clothes you get to wear? So, yeah. I do like authentic movies, though, that do show the authentic clothes. And, wow, they look uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, they just weren't terribly well made. I
No.
mean, the patterns were pretty general.
Yeah.
It's like, I think, jeans might have been small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to be today?
Today. Exactly.
It's like, not the most comfortable. Your fact or fiction question of the day, Kyle Bauer. The New York State official muffin is cranberry. Fact or fiction?
New York State. I don't know them as being a cranberry state. There is a cranberry state up in New England. I can't remember which one. And there, of course, is up in Wisconsin. I would say fiction.
It is fiction. It's apple.
The apple muffin.
Apple muffins from
So
New
what's
York
the
State.
official muffin of Kansas?
I think it's is it a bran muffin?
Bran muffin. There you go.
We
Wheat
got
bran.
we got a lot of bran
Wheat
here.
bran muffin.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't think people in the state of Kansas understand how much flour milling we do in the state of Kansas.
Oh, it's
they
a
know
lot.
we're the flour. I mean, we are the
Wheat state.
but they don't understand how. I mean, there's
A lot of people don't just eat wheat berries.
No, I've eaten my share, and they're really not all that tasty.
Yeah, kind of. It's more fun to process it and make something out of it.
Yes, and I'm glad that we do the milling here, which there are years it's not very convenient to mill wheat here in Kansas because
Depends on what the quality of the wheat is.
Well, specifically the protein.
Yeah.
The protein has to be a certain spec and around 11.5 to 12% to make bread. And if we don't have any wheat, that area, they have to bring in spring wheat to blend with it to bring up the protein. And getting spring wheat into Kansas is not in a very efficient transportation system.
Kind of expensive to bring her down south.
Because the trains don't run straight,
No.
and trucks are an expensive way to haul it. So, I don't think the average person understands. The baker maybe makes bread, but that bread, that flour that baker starts with, is in an exact spec every day.
Right.
And so, if we make, I'll just pick a number, 1 million McDonald's buns a day, all over the United States. And no matter what store you go in, that bun looks exactly the same every day.
Right.
And that's because that miller made that flour to the baker exactly the same every day.
With the same characteristics when it bakes, to the same color when it browns.
When it rises,
Sure.
the yield, the whole thing. And so it's quite an industry, and that's our food system is an amazing system here in the United States. That, I mean, all the way from trucking to the rail to storage to the technologies that's involved with storing it. There's a lot of the world, they lose a huge amount of their harvest during the storage process.
Because you can't eat it all the day you harvest.
No.
Kind of need to spread that out over, say, 12 months.
And the grain has to be down to more or less 13% or less in order to stir the store. If you stir the store, then it might not mold. Yeah, maybe not.
Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Jamie Bloom, and I hope you enjoyed today's show. See you next week on Farm Factor.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. To see this show and past episodes of Ag AM in Kansas, go online to agamnkansas.com.